eternal bounty which supplieth our needs, for the freedom and the heritage which we enjoy.
Your Majesty, I do not find it easy to put into words the pride and the pleasure which we feel that Your Majesty should honour us with your presence at this, the 40th birthday of the Royal Air Force. 40 years is a short time in the history of a nation. Indeed, it's not a very long time in the history of our sister services. But in those 40 years, the Royal Air Force has grown to full maturity and has already established a great place in our history. There is much in our history to celebrate. And we welcome, as the Royal Air Force has always welcomed, the challenge of the future. The choice of locality for this dinner confronted us with a difficult problem. We do not possess a noble hall in London. Unhappily, this choice has meant that our dinner table must be smaller than we should have wished. Just his grandfather brought the Royal Air Force into being. Your Majesty's father was the first member of your house to gain his wings. This was in July 1919. Many years afterwards, Your Majesty's father was offered as a memento the control column of the airplane in which he learned to fly. He wrote in reply, "What a good idea of yours, and I propose putting it at Windsor, along with armour, battle axes, swords and pistols, etc., used by my ancestors." It will give a real modern touch. A modern touch indeed. This touch, Her Majesty the Queen Mother, whom we honour as Commandant-in-Chief of the Women Air Force. And may I say how very sorry we all are that Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra was prevented by Victoria visited here 100 years ago, and I've even heard it rumoured locally, with what weight of authority I cannot say, and for making possible this happy occasion.
Years ago today, my grandfather created the 3rd Fighting Service of the Crown, the Royal Air Force, to which I and my family are here to do honour tonight, and the Channel ports. Then, in 1940, the Battle of Britain was fought, which rightly takes its place with Trafalgar and Waterloo among the decisive battles of history. I and the rest of my generation will always remember with pride that we lived through those weeks of courage which have become an epic. Here in this place, surrounded by the portraits of so many who fought in that battle, there is still some of the atmosphere of those great days nearly 18 years ago, when we looked up to see the summer sky crisscrossed with the vapor trails of fighter aircraft. that is a proud history. But our concern now is for the future. I suppose there has never been a time when new ideas and achievements were coming forward so quickly. The old leather flying coat and helmet of the early days have already given way to the pressure suit. We can be sure that when we celebrate your half-century, the service will look different from what it does today. But the task will be the same: to prevent war by being prepared to frustrate any knavish tricks. I thank you for inviting me and my husband here tonight, and for the way in which you have drunk my health, and for the kind references you have made to my family. We are privileged to celebrate your 40th birthday with you, and in so doing, to pay our tribute to all the men and women who served in whatever capacity in all commands of the Royal Air Force. I am certain that on your 50th birthday, those who are left of that cheerful band of officers and airmen who remember the service from its earliest beginnings will look with admiration upon a new generation of young men and women flying the aircraft, controlling the missiles, and working the magically complex technical equipment of a Royal Air Force that will still be young in spirit. And it is to that spirit and to your great service that I now ask you to rise and to drink a toast. Secretary of State, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the toast of the Royal Air Force.